Over the years, The Simpsons have introduced us to countless characters who have failed to win any sympathy points. However, one character has left all these unsympathetic figures far behind. A character in whom it's hard to find even a single positive trait. We're talking about none other than Mike Wegman. Does that name not ring a bell? That's not really surprising, since Mike was only introduced in season 31 and had a prominent role in just one episode. Let's hope it stays that way. But what makes this poor guy so utterly detestable? First, let's cover some basic facts about his life. Mike is 35 years old, but acts like he's 20. If that, he's a huge basketball fan, which could make him likable if he didn't take it way too far, like by constantly wearing a basketball jersey or naming his daughter after a male player. That daughter, by the way, he had with his perpetually annoyed wife Maureen. Before becoming a terrible Simpsons character, he used to clean gutters with a friend until, at the age of 32, he became an intern at the nuclear power plant of Springfield. 3 years later, at the time of the episode's events, he's still there. Maybe a bit peculiar, but nothing too bad. So let's move on to his personality. Where do we even start? Well, best at the beginning of the episode, since the first impression is the most important. Homer speaks on behalf of the power plant's interns, who mock him for his incompetence. He storms in, starts attributing godlike abilities to Homer, and then insults all the interns so viciously that they end up apologizing to Homer. It quickly becomes clear that Mike isn't just a fan of basketball, he's also a fan of Homer Simpson, or Homer Simpsons, as he calls him. And for Mike, it's all or nothing. If he likes something, he loves it fanatically and defends it to the point of self-destruction. This first appearance, where he combines being a rampant hothead with being an over-the-top sycophant, leaves viewers unable to find a single sympathetic aspect of Mike Wegman. His explosive temper is also on display during dinner at the Simpsons' house, when Bart, as usual, speaks about his father in less than flattering terms. Mike loses his temper again. He viciously berates Bart, who is still just a 10-year-old boy, in front of his entire family, reducing Bart to tears. But let's set these traits aside for a moment and look at the future plans of a former gutter cleaner who, in his 30s, signs up as an intern. Mike wants to revolutionize the fast food industry with his $1 million idea, Mike's Slices. Let's pitch it to you briefly. How often have you grabbed a slice of pizza only to find it not as tasty because it was kept warm for too long? Oh, never? Damn. Well, anyway, Mike wants to solve this universal problem by baking pizza slice by slice, allowing him to respond to each order with fresh pizza. The fact that a slice might consist of 80% crust is a topic for another video. This positive point, however, is immediately negated by Mike, who gambles away his startup capital on amateur basketball games, borrows more money from the mafia and loses that the same way. Entrepreneurship clearly isn't for everyone. That he gets out of the situation unscathed only because his would-be extortionists are from the homeland of pizza has, in our eyes, little to nothing to do with fairness. He still got shot at because Mr. Burns wasn't impressed by Mike's idea, meaning he didn't consider him as a potential investor despite his usual generosity. This of course didn't sit well with the hot-headed Mike, who gave his boss's boss a piece of his mind. The brief wave of joy over Mike's forced exit from the series was short-lived, as Burns' shotgun, like its owner, was old and could only cause a few pellet wounds, not any real damage. But his business seems to be doing well, afterwards selling pizza slices and marijuana, so he stayed out of our sight since that episode and hopefully forever. Therefore, we won't criticize the business idea any further. What an idiot.